Understanding your learner. Knowing our students means more than just knowing their names, their ages, a bit about their family, or statistics from their academic record. To maximize learning, educators need to dig deeper and really learn the nuances of each individual student. Having this understanding will shape the way you deliver instruction and assess learning. One way to uncover the way your students learn best is to understand the different learning styles, multiple intelligences, and personality types. But first, you need to understand yourself. One of the most accepted understandings of learning styles is that student learning styles fall into three categories: visual learners, auditory learners, and kinesthetic learners. When researching learning styles, you will often only see those three categories, but educational theorist Neil Fleming added a fourth category, referenced as the VARK model of student learning. VARK is an acronym that refers to four types of learning styles: visual, auditory, reading writing preference, and kinesthetic. Identifying your students as visual, auditory, reading writing, or kinesthetic learners and aligning your overall curriculum with these learning styles will prove to be beneficial for your entire classroom. Keep in mind, sometimes you may find that it's a combination of all three sensory modalities that may be the best option. Allowing students to access information in terms that they're comfortable with will increase their academic confidence. Read Write has always been my preferred learning style. When my children would ask for help with school and would try to read to me what their work says, I have a hard time following. I have to take the work from them and read it myself. I prefer reading directions and looking at picture diagrams when trying to assemble something. If I was in a traditional lecture class, I lose focus quickly, or I focus on the reading if a PowerPoint is used. Or I'll find the relation in the textbook and take notes along with the lecture. Did you know that each person has a unique intelligence and that we thrive in certain learning environments while struggling in others? This is partly because some learning environments do not provide ways for all learners to use their unique intelligence. Howard Gardner of Harvard University first came up with a theory of multiple intelligences in 1983. Gardner argues that there are 8 types of intelligences, far more than the standard IQ test can test for. People can also have varying levels of each intelligence, and the intelligence can change over time. When I first completed a multiple intelligence inventory, one of my top intelligences was musical and interpersonal. However, over time, mine have shifted, with my top 3 being intrapersonal, followed by interpersonal, and then logical mathematical. Gardner goes on to say that these multiple intelligences change or challenge an educational system that assumes that everyone can learn the same materials in the same way and that a uniform, universal measure suffices to test student learning. Teachers can use multiple intelligences in the classroom for the benefit of their students by customizing lessons, classroom layouts, and assignments for these multiple intelligences. I completed the inventory again for discussion in this class. My top 3 intelligences, as previously mentioned, are intrapersonal, interpersonal, and logical mathematical. Intrapersonal have a good sense of self. They like to spend time by themselves and think things over. Interpersonal like to develop ideas and learn from other people. And logical mathematical enjoy exploring how things are related, and they like to understand how things work. A third way to develop a deeper understanding of students is to understand the different personality types identified by the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Understanding the different types and using your understanding in the classroom can benefit students and you in learning and teaching. This can be a useful tool in really understanding each child on a personal level, why they act and react the way they do, and teaching to their needs. The first step in the process of recognizing and considering personality types of your students is to define your own, because it applies to your teaching style. Teachers usually have no problems meeting the needs of students of the same personality type as theirs, and they are more likely to come into conflict and discipline those who are not. Personality type framework is a tool for teachers to improve their classroom management, differentiation, building relationships with difficult students, collaboration with colleagues, motivating students, and establishing assessments for learning and of learning. Who am I? I am the defender. According to Myers-Briggs, I am an ISFJ, introvert, sensing, feeling, judging. The defender personality type is quite unique, as many of their qualities defy the definition of their individual traits. Though sensitive, defenders have excellent analytical abilities. Though reserved, they have well-developed people skills. And robust social relationships. And though they are generally a conservative type, defenders are often receptive to change and new ideas. As with so many things, people with the defender personality type are more than just the sum of their parts. And it is the way they use these strengths that defines who they are. Now that you have a brief overview of learning styles, multiple intelligences, and personality types, what's next? You need to learn about yourself. Complete the VARK Learning Style Inventory, the Multiple Intelligences Inventory, and the Myers-Briggs Personality Instrument. The links are provided on the next Prezi stop and also provided in the discussion board assignment in Blackboard. Be sure to take notes about your results so you can write about them in the discussion board. These are the links for the inventory. If prompted to pay for items, you do not need to do so. Only complete what is free. Each of these provides a free assessment, and each also provides some descriptions of results. If you want to find more information, do a Google search. Do not pay for more information. Then, in the discussion board in Blackboard, explain your results to your classmates. Include characteristics, personal strengths and weaknesses, strategies for teaching and learning, etc., based on researching your results. Do you agree with your results? Explain and provide examples. Make sure you proofread your discussion board for grammatical and spelling errors. Be sure to read the posts made by your peers. You are required to respond to 2 peers. Select a peer that seems pretty similar and one that seems pretty different. In your response, compare and contrast, and then try to imagine if you were a student in your peer's class. If they taught you in their dominant styles, how would that impact your learning? How would you need to adapt? Be sure to submit your initial post by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday and respond to 2 peers by 11:59 p.m. on Monday.